Right now this morning, Florida bracing as Hurricane Milton approaches, coming up the critical measures safeguarding Floridians. And ahead, from ghost stories to family fun, find out how a local festival is bringing the art of storytelling to life.
Plus, another frosty morning with a frost advisory until 9 a.m. Also, we have a gradual warm up in our local temperatures. I'll have more about that for you in your quick cast in just a moment.
Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, this morning.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us for News 8 Now this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter.
And I'm Mark Jarrett.
It is Tuesday, October 8th. You know, yesterday afternoon was like the perfect fall afternoon. I was loving it. Can we expect more of that today?
How about a better one?
What?
Yeah, maybe a couple of degrees warmer.
Okay, I'll take it.
All right, and away we go with that. I'll take this. Going into your fog and frost out there this early morning, it's a lot going on for folks that are trying to get to work or get the kiddos out and about. So bundle them up. And of course, don't forget a jacket for yourself, maybe two. I grabbed two. And warmer conditions on the way as we go right through Friday. We're looking at temperatures gradually warming up. We'll get in the middle to at least some upper 60s, or 70s, excuse me, and then at least around, say, 82, 83 degrees for Friday. And then temperatures, they're going to plummet right back down below seasonal average. In fact, we're looking to be at least 10 to about 15 degrees warmer than our seasonal averages. As we get into it, frost advisory is in play. It's not as widespread as it was yesterday, but still it is quite significant. We'll get into some areas. La Crosse is not really in that right now, but we also see that Eau Claire is not in that, but Eau Claire does have the dense fog, so please bear that in mind. Let's get into what we've got going on. Dry conditions also as our forecast today. You can see that we are in at least the yellow there. That is mostly abnormally dry conditions, and if you get up to the north, you're looking at severe drought up there. When I come back, we'll give you a better overview of how this all plays out with some cooler air coming in from Canada and warmer air behind that. Well, we're going to see temperatures start to get a little bit warmer, so stick around. Back to you.
Thank you, Art. Happening now, Florida is bracing as Hurricane Milton barrels through the Gulf Coast, taking aim at that state. We're going to take a live look now. This is traffic from ongoing evacuations on Interstate 75 near Tampa Bay this morning. Talk about a place you don't want to be, right? Our thoughts are certainly with them. As you can see, steady stream of vehicles moving along the highway following these evacuation orders. And at the Tampa Zoo, we know that crews there also working to get ready. They're rushing to secure all animals in a hurricane certified facility.
Moving animals, making sure they're in secure locations. We do have a lot of what we call night houses or buildings that the animals are used to going into. For animals that don't have those night houses, like some of our aviaries, we do move those animals into secure buildings so that our animals are nice and secure and ready for the storm.
Something you may not think of is the zoo animals. So good to know they're being taken care of. And the state of Florida already setting up beds for about 10,000 emergency workers. You're seeing that there. This is inside of Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg ahead of the storm. The Federal Emergency Management Agency is juggling Hurricane Helene recovery and Hurricane Milton preparations now, but there's also a new challenge, a storm of misinformation. False rumors are swirling, hampering FEMA's relief efforts. One myth claims survivors are limited to just $750 in aid. You may have seen that on social media, but in reality, people can apply for more aid if they need it. Another baseless claim suggests FEMA funds are being diverted to international aid, but Congress strictly controls the agency's budget.
It's causing confusion, it's causing chaos, and people aren't able to get the help that they need because they're seeing so much information that is not true.
Lawmakers, although under pressure to return for an emergency funding vote, are on recess until after the election. Congressional leaders of both parties say they're waiting for damage assessments before requesting an emergency vote. A La Crosse man accused of attempted murder in a storage unit attack will stand trial. 44-year-old Freeman Cole is facing multiple charges, including attempted first-degree homicide. A La Crosse County judge found probable cause in court yesterday to proceed with the trial. Cole has refused to leave his cell for court appearances, forcing officials to use a tablet so that he can hear the proceedings. His arraignment is set for Friday at 10:30 a.m. A former Hudson teacher will stand trial as well on charges of child sexual assault. 24-year-old Madison Bergman faces allegations of inappropriate conduct with an 11-year-old student. The child's parents discovered concerning communications and alerted school officials. Bergman was removed from her position and arrested in May. Her arraignment is scheduled for November 7th. The La Crescent community is rallying behind the residents of Traditions Assisted Living following a weekend fire that left them without a home. News 8 Now's Allison Fergit reports.
Traditions of La Crescent residents forced to evacuate the building they called home after a structure fire broke out this past Saturday afternoon. Residents were temporarily moved into First Lutheran Church, but now all 17 residents are placed in local assisted living facilities.
Thankfully, individuals were able to find housing in the short term, so we did not have to open a shelter, which was an option that we were looking at one point.
The facilities residents have moved into include Springbrook Village in La Crescent and La Crosse's Riverside Transitional Care. In a statement sent to News 8 Now, leaders at Springbrook wrote, quote, "We began accepting victims of the fire later that same night and have continued to work with families in assisting many of those needing shelter and care. It's unclear how long the residents will be at those facilities." The Red Cross says the aftermath of fires like this can be complicated since residents might need special medical care, but they have volunteers that make sure healthcare needs are met.
When someone has a prescription that they need to take at a certain schedule, or they have a medical device that is critical for them, those volunteers of ours can work with 24-hour pharmacies and other community resources to make sure and fulfill those needs.
Cheetah says finding them permanent housing can be especially challenging, but the Red Cross and other community groups will do all they can to help.
We'll continue to, support as much as we can while they're evaluating their options and deciding, what they want to do.
Reporting in La Crescent, Allison Fergit, News 8 Now, this morning.
There's been an outpouring of support for the displaced residents, many people donating clothes and finding other ways to help them. Wisconsin DOT contractors have cleared out the homeless encampment on Rose Street. La Crosse police were there on scene as well, keeping an eye on things. About 30 people left the area yesterday around the Welcome to La Crosse statue across from Bridgeview Plaza. This summer, you may remember, La Crosse's Common Council banned camping on city property. That pushed a lot of the unhoused to this spot, which city officials say is actually state land. As the unsheltered community faces another displacement, a pressing question remains: where will they go next?
I'm just glad they're doing something about it, but I'm scared in the same sense because I don't know where they're going to go. Every neighborhood is at risk of having their garage broke into and stuff, and it's not okay.
The DOT reports that on-site housing resources were provided during the clearance operation. And if you are a Mississippi River boater, your help is needed to protect wildlife. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service asking you to avoid areas marked by orange and white buoys. These zones are crucial for waterfowl feeding and resting. Officials say by staying clear, you'll help birds build the strength they need for winter migration.
Stopping places here on the river are very similar for birds. It's kind of their rest area, it's their gas station, and they need that time to be able to rest and feed in order to have a successful migration, just like we need gas stations to gas up our cars. So
the areas will be marked October 15th through the end of duck season. To the campaign trail now, Vice President Kamala Harris is in the throes of a media tour, speaking on talk shows, podcasts, and traditional media, like last night's wide-ranging CBS's 60 Minutes interview, all with just 28 days now until Election Day. Former President Donald Trump, meanwhile, is taking aim at the Biden administration over one of the biggest global challenges to date, growing conflict in the Middle East. CBS's Jared Hill has the latest for us from the campaign trail.
Less than a month from Election Day, the candidates are racing to get their message out.
If we don't win this election, there's tremendous consequence for everything.
Former President Donald Trump Monday before supporters in Miami as Vice President Kamala Harris continued a new media blitz. On CBS's 60 Minutes last night, she was pressed on issues like how she'd pay for her economic plans.
Small businesses are part of the backbone of America's economy.
But pardon me, Madam Vice President, the question was, how are you going to pay for it?
Well, one of the things is I'm going to make sure that the richest among us who can afford it pay their fair share in taxes.
And the war between Israel and Hamas.
We're not going to stop pursuing what is necessary for the United States to be clear about where we stand on the need for this war to end.
Trump criticized the Biden administration's handling of the conflict.
The past few years have proven that weakness only begets violence and war.
Mother Nature also a factor this election. In battleground North Carolina, more than 1 million registered voters live in disaster areas as a result of Hurricane Helene. Monday, the State Board of Elections voted to give new help to areas where accessibility to voting sites and postal services remain disrupted, all as the region braces for another major storm.
Former President Trump initially agreed to be interviewed by 60 Minutes, but last week his campaign told CBS News it decided not to participate. The original 60 Minutes invitation to Trump still stands. President Biden, meanwhile, returning to the Badger State today. The White House says the visit to Milwaukee will spotlight the administration's efforts on job creation and lead pipe replacement. Specific details about the president's speaking engagement, including time and exact location, still unreleased. This marks Biden's first trip to Wisconsin since September, when he announced rural clean energy investments in Westby. Time now is 6:09. Still ahead on your morning news, the price of a Mega Millions ticket is about to go up. Qantas apologizing for a movie glitch during a recent flight, and Insomnia Cookies is celebrating a big birthday. Travelers who want to take home unique fashions can find variety across the world. Coming up, some of the best cities in fashion where you can shop till you drop. And for now, we're sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. Today is Giving Day for Apes. It is a chance to support sanctuaries that care for chimps, gorillas, and other apes. One standout is Black Beauty Ranch in Texas. It's home to gibbons like Junebug, Valentino, Sterling, and Princessa. These apes are known for their unique calls and swift tree swinging, as you see here. They found refuge after difficult paths. The 1,400-acre sanctuary houses over 600 animals, from tigers to farm animals, all rescued from various forms of neglect or cruelty, and they are sure thriving there, aren't they? And now we are leaving you with a live look at Interstate 75. This is near Tampa, Florida, where residents are continuing to evacuate ahead of Hurricane Milton's expected landfall tomorrow. You see the traffic building here as they evacuate, hopefully to safer ground. Of course, not sure what they will return to. Terrible, terrible spot to be in. Our thoughts are definitely with them. And of course, this coming just less than 2 weeks after Hurricane Helene made landfall. We are continuing to track the storm and the latest developments. We will bring you those updates throughout the morning, so stay with us.
Chart your career with a fabricator position at Chart Industries. Starting wage up to $30 per hour with no experience necessary. Excellent pay and awesome benefits. Apply now at jobs.chartindustries.com.
I'm Steve from Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions. If you see condensation here, you could have mold hiding here. You need a trusted window company to replace the window and check for hidden issues. At Clear Choice, we know that your home is your biggest investment, and in a year like this, every dollar needs to be spent wisely. Our team will complete our Weather Guardian 15-step installation process on every job to ensure your home and family are safe before we leave. Call now for our buy 3, get 1 free special. Choose Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions or something less.
We need real working people in Washington.
What a phony. Cook spent the last decade working as a political operative. Earned her money helping defund the police radicals like Mandela Barnes, the most anti-police candidate in Wisconsin history. Now, Cook won't let you protect your family. She wants to ban the most popular rifle in the country, earning an F from the NRA. Rebecca Cook, phony insider, dangerously liberal.
I'm Derek Van Orden, and I approve this message.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. These places employ us, sponsor the Little League team, and feed and clothe us. That's why I'm proud of the work I've done to support our business community. I know that the side of the aisle you're on matters less than being on the side of our main streets. No party has a monopoly on good ideas. I'm Steve Doyle, and I'm working for our businesses, working for our communities, and I'm working for you.
At Taco John's, we believe a better Taco Tuesday starts with better tacos. That means using 100% North American beef, cooking shells in-house daily, and a deal that makes you say, how are these only $1.29? Taco Tuesday is every Tuesday at Taco John's.
I served in the United States Navy to protect and honor my country, so it makes me sick to know it. But our Congressman, Derek Van Orden, participated in January 6th, the deadly Capitol attack where 140 police officers were injured and 5 ultimately died. Van Orden was there. Then he lied about it until social media posts proved Van Orden was there. As rioters attacked it, he dishonored our country. Derek Van Orden doesn't belong in Congress.
VoteVets is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Who's that Derek Van Orden think he is? He thinks he's better than us. Like that time he screamed at somebody, I don't give a who you are. I'm a congressman.
Language! Who does Derek Van Orden think he is, supporting an abortion ban?
I'm Rebecca Cook. Let me tell you who I am. I grew up on a dairy farm, run a small business, and I wait tables. Around here, we work hard, respect our neighbors' freedoms, and aren't looking for special treatment. We need one of us to represent us. That's why I approve this message.
At Overhead Door Company, we repair any garage door and only install the best. Serving up to 100 miles outside of the Onalaska, Wisconsin area. When you need a door company you can trust with your life, call Overhead Door Company of the Seven Rivers region.
Chart your career with a fabricator position at Chart Industries. Starting wage up to $30 per hour with no experience necessary. Excellent pay and awesome benefits. Apply now at jobs.chartindustries.com.
Hey, well, good morning to you. Happy Tuesday. Frosty start to the day today. Yeah, a little bit of frost holding onto the area and some patchy fog. We also have, we're tracking the tropics. We also have that information for you. And then getting into warmer conditions as we go right into Friday. So from Wednesday to Friday, we're going to warm you up. Those temperatures are going to get a little bit higher. In fact, we're looking at some low to middle 70s, getting up to the low 80s to finish out for Friday, then cooler for your weekend. Yep, I'm getting you a head start for your forecast. We're holding on to all of this blue right here. That's your patchy frost, and of course the frost advisory in itself. Temperatures in the 20s, 30s, and of course the 40s right now. Look at this. You get into Sparta and Black River Falls. I want you to keep those temperatures in mind. 29 and 30 degrees, right? We go to La Crosse, 43 degrees, and Eau Claire at 35 degrees. Hey, check this out. You get into the 24-hour temperature change. Sparta is 3 degrees warmer than what I just showed you, believe it or not. Black River Falls is about 5 degrees warmer than what we had. They were pretty chilly. They were in those low to middle 20s yesterday. And La Crosse, as we go right through the day, sunshine is a part of your forecast today, so get out and enjoy it. Just remember, you may want to take some sunglasses with you because it gets pretty bright out there, especially on both sides of the golden hour. Get into Eau Claire. You're looking at 37 degrees for the morning for the kiddos. You have the patchy to dense fog out there right now, so bear that in mind. But we go right back into a few clouds drifting by. Sunshine will prevail for you going into the afternoon. How about the bus stop for La Crosse? You're looking at 41 degrees, chilly start to the morning, and then nice and mild in the afternoon. So get out and enjoy it when you can. I'll have more coming up for you, especially about Hurricane Milton. So please stick around.
In your consumer news this morning, the price of a Mega Millions ticket is about to go up. Starting in April of next year, one ticket will cost $5. That is more than double the current $2 per ticket price tag. Mega Millions says the jump is part of its new and improved game that will offer larger starting jackpots that grow faster with better odds of winning, they say. A recent Qantas flight got extremely uncomfortable when an R-rated film played on all of the aircraft's screens for nearly an hour after a technical issue with the in-flight entertainment system. Qantas did not name the movie, but according to photos of in-flight screens posted on social media, it claimed to be the flight Daddy-O, a 2023 drama starring Dakota Johnson and Sean Penn. It's rated R because of language, sexual material, and brief graphic nudity. Qantas said the crew initially tried to fix the screens. Once it was confirmed this was not possible, they switched it to a children's film. And Insomnia Cookies is celebrating its 21st birthday this week. Loyalty Rewards members, or rather Insomniacs, can stop by to redeem an offer for a dozen cookies for $21. This week through Sunday, Insomnia Cookies has more than 300 locations across the world. Shop till you drop is becoming more common for travelers who want to take home unique fashions. Tourists add to their closets while also supporting the local economy. I know I love to do that. Wendy Gillette journeyed to two cities becoming more well known for their fashion flair.
Recent California State University Long Beach graduate Aina Ichiba is a sales associate for Betty Smith Jeans in Japan. The company holds workshops for customers, demonstrating how to add personal touches like labels and buttons to pre-made jeans.
You can actually experience putting them, like the buttons and the rivets, on yourself using the machine.
Betty Smith also offers custom denim clothing creation in the city of Kurashiki, a few hours west of Tokyo by train.
I do see that there is an increase in like tourists from around the world coming to Japan to seek denim products.
Betty Smith estimates more than half its customers travel from the U.S. Many tour the city's preserved historic area and can find authentic Japanese hospitality at Ryokan Kurashiki. The hotel offers a bathhouse, multi-course dinners, and traditional rooms in an 18th century building. Another popular stop, Jean Street, where tourists shop and snap photos of denim waving from above. Data from YouGov shows close to a fifth of global leisure travelers say they're mainly in it for the shopping.
If you're into secondhand clothes, Stockholm, Sweden wants you to shop like a local in its slow fashion district.
Slow fashion is basically sustainable fashion. I'd say secondhand, it's vintage, it's redesign. It could also be handicraft, like small businesses making new stuff.
Love this piece. Yeah.
Owners of the Slow Fashion Hub say the world already has enough clothing to outfit 6 generations.
New design.
So slow fashion can help the environment. This hub is in Stockholm's new district, a natural fit in a country that embraces sustainability.
Let's create magic instead of landfills.
Tourists can rest their heads at the nearby Hotel Rival, owned by a former ABBA band member, where we also stayed for a special rate. The hub's owners are eager to see the creativity bursting from the neighborhood benefit the planet.
Time magazine named the Slow Fashion District in Stockholm one of the world's 100 best places in 2024. That's it for your morning consumer news. Time now is 6:19. Let's check in with Art for a look at our forecast.
All right, and away we go, holding on to these conditions. Looking like this, though, we're holding on to that frost out there, so that means it's chilly. We have temperatures already falling into the 20s now, similar to what we had yesterday, and we're also going to warm you up, though, slowly but surely. Once we get into midweek, temperatures are going to scale up gradually and then warm you up by Friday, and then we're going to flip the script and start to cool you on down going into next week. So it's going to be a little bit cooler next week. Seasonal averages, of course, and maybe by the time we get into that, we may even see a little bit of light rainfall. However, for right now, though, we've got some patchy to dense fog that's still holding on to areas by Eau Claire. We'll get back down to the south, and you're holding on to maybe some pretty decent weather here. You're going to see more of that fog and low cloud activity as you get by Wausau, as well as areas of Wisconsin Rapids. But most of that's going to start to sneak into our river valley. So bear that in mind for your early morning commute today. So remember, it's chilly out there. You want to bundle up the kiddos, you want to bundle up yourself, and take a nice little warm beverage to go with you. All right, that being said, we've got this fog getting out of the way by about the 9 o'clock hour. It gets out of the way as rainfall up to the north up here in Canada, but it's also ushering that cooler air. Slowly but surely, we're on the eastern side of this trough, so that means it's going to slowly but surely kind of eke out. High pressure is going to begin to build, and that's where we start to get those temperatures starting to warm as we go right into Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So that's going to keep going. And then that high pressure leaves us, and it starts tracking down to areas right by Tennessee. And that may keep Milton from maybe even coming on shore into the Carolinas. So that's some good news for right now. As we go right through the morning hours, you've got mostly clear skies holding on. As we gradually go into the middle to at least the late morning hours, skies begin to clear for you. 50s into 60s, slowly but surely. Still some clouds kind of sneaking in from the north, out of the northwest, and kind of working their way to the southeast, but then they'll get out of the way. Taking a look at Category 4 Hurricane Milton. As the hurricane hunters went inside this storm, kind of going crisscrossing around the storms to see what's going on, they found out that this system really dropped in pressure. It became 897 millibars, and that's a new record. It's the top 5 lowest pressure system that's ever been created over in the Atlantic. Now, that being said, as the pressure lowers, you're also going to see the storm tops increase in size. So that storm's getting big. It is a beast. As we get into it, you're going to be seeing here, we have Leslie out there as well. We have Kirkwell up to the north, but once you get into it, this storm's going to be making a move for Florida, as you can see, possibly going into tomorrow. It was supposed to have been later on this evening, but things changed, and it continues to work its way eventually across the peninsula of Florida and then right back out into the Atlantic. Now, that being said, that's what's happening for you as we go into the forecast for you. And as you can see, we'll also be picking up temperatures as we go right into the next few days to get a little bit warmer. So check this out. We'll see numbers coming back again just a second. There they are. 73 to 76 to 79 degrees with the low 80s by Friday, and then we cool you on back down through your weekend. Have a great day. Back to you.
Thank you, Art. Time now is 6:22, still ahead. It looks like an emergency room, but the patient is a mannequin. We'll show you how some medical students are training to boost diversity in medicine after sports.
Coming up in the Blitz, leaves are changing colors and fall sports seasons are coming to an end. Find out which teams and athletes fought to keep their seasons alive. Next.
Look, here's a phone company who wants us to use our phones less.
That's ironic.
Yeah, but in a good way. Let's find us again with Us Mode. US Cellular, built for us. It's a free ride, but I already paid.
How much are your old windows costing you? Heat that either escapes or enters windows accounts for roughly 30% of the energy used to heat and cool your home. For a limited time, River Valley Remodelers is offering a free energy audit for your home's windows. We'll show you the energy loss and help you find the perfect option that fits your budget and matches your style. Our windows are energy efficient and designed for all of our weather, keeping your home comfortable year-round. River Valley Remodelers. Call today for your free energy audit.
I worked as a truck driver for 36 years.
And then one day I got this letter.
Your retirement will be cut.
Will be cut in half.
You don't forget something like that.
Every paycheck we put money away. But because of Wall Street greed, boom, it was gone. But Tammy Baldwin saw what they were doing and wrote a bill to save our retirement.
Then she fought like hell to pass it.
What Tammy Baldwin did for our families, you don't forget something like that.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
I'm Stacy Klein. As a volleyball mom, I remember looking forward to our week for team snacks. But now even the generic brands are expensive. And while career politicians are busy pointing fingers and bickering, Wisconsin families are still suffering. That's why I'm running for state senate, to lower the cost of living, cut taxes, and get Madison back to working as a team again. Because Western Wisconsin families are tired of settling for generic brands and generic politicians.
Arthritis, high blood pressure, breast cancer. Almost everyone has a pre-existing condition and could lose health insurance if Derek Van Orden and Washington Insiders get their way. They take money from big insurance companies, then try to strip coverage for pre-existing conditions. Van Orden and Washington Insiders don't care about you, so if you get sick, you get dropped. Time to drop Derek Van Orden and these Washington Insiders from Congress.
I'm Rebecca Cook, and I approve this message.
It's Blaine's Farm and Fleet's big snacking and candy event. Right now, save on our incredible one-of-a-kind selection of craveable candies, nuts and trail mixes, and more. Like new Blaine's brand Blueberry Lemon Crumble or Dark Chocolate Medley trail mixes, just $5.99 a pound. All Blaine's brand nut and trail mix tins are 20% off. Your choice of large resealable cinnamon bears or jelly slices, just $8.99. Plus, save the date for Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Toyland opening weekend. The magic begins Saturday, October 12th.
US Cellular has the incredible new iPhone 16 Pro.
The first iPhone built for Apple Intelligence.
Spread the word.
And don't forget camera control. It'll blow you away.
Get the new iPhone 16 Pro on us. No trade-in needed. US Cellular, built for us.
Welcome to the Blitz. Well, we've made it to the time of the year where seasons are starting to get cut short. Playoff time, and on the soccer field across the bridge in Minnesota, the Lancers were hoping to keep their season alive yesterday against Schaefer Academy. Crescent Hoka beat the Lions over the weekend 5-2. Looking for a similar result last night. Early in this one, the pass goes to Ian Wood, gives it a go, and after gliding through the night sky, the ball lands in the back of the net for an unbelievable shot. And the home side on the attack again not much later. The through ball gets to the feet of Lucas Raitalati, but the shot ricochets off the Schaefer Academy keeper. Then before the half, Graham Evenson gathers it at his feet, launches one from Curry range, and he bangs it home. The Lancers have won 5 out of their last 6 matches. They win 4-0 and will play 3rd seed St. Charles tomorrow. And there was a trip to the state tournament on the line yesterday in Toma for girls golf. Top 2 teams advance, and the top 3 individuals not on those teams move on as well. A tough field at the Hiawatha Golf Club, coming in first place in the team standings, the Prescott Cardinals, who have won the last 4 state titles. In second place, the Hudson Raiders just barely squeaked by Toma by 2 strokes. Hudson freshman Ava Swavely finishes second. Individually, Sarah Chaffee of Chippewa Falls McDonald wins with a 77. And Holman's Jayana Palm will advance, and she finishes tied for 4th with trailed golfers from Hudson and Prescott, so her season will continue at state. But it is the end of the road for the Hasselberger sisters, just barely too. Karma finishes 1 stroke behind Carolyn Skinner of Altoona Regis with an 83 for the last spot, and Cadence shoots an 84. Also on the leaderboard, Sydney Kranig was the top finisher for Onalaska, finishing her round with a 91. And a bunch of our Division II golfers were in Cottage Grove, where Aquinas would also miss barely out on state by just 3 strokes there. Now, Tennyson Makepeace did individually qualify for the Blue Golds as she took 2nd place on the day with an 84. Her teammate Emma Dobbins just missed the state cut, but finished in 11th place, while Maddie Fletcher of Westby Viroqua also had a good day, finishing in 13th. That'll do it for the Blitz. We'll see you tonight.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Check out our huge selection of carpet from Lutex Mills. Irreplaceable carpet is soft, luxurious, and provides ultimate comfort. Pick it up today for just $189 a square foot after rebate. Update any room with Tarkett laminate flooring and save big. Nautical Escape laminate flooring features waterproof technology and an attached pad for easy installation. Right now, only $219 a square foot after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
I'm a nurse in Wisconsin, and my patients don't want politicians like Eric Hovde making their healthcare decisions.
I am totally opposed to abortion.
Hovde means what he says about opposing reproductive rights.
Eric Hovde supported overturning Roe v. Wade, which led to an abortion ban in Wisconsin.
And that's a ban with no exceptions for rape or incest.
What Hovde supports criminalizes abortion and doctors like me.
We need to vote against Eric Hovde.
Win Senate is responsible for the content of this ad.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal, come have a taste of Wisconsin.
America's Dairyland.
As in real dairy.
It gives Culver's fresh frozen custard its famous rich and creamy flavor.
Like really rich.
So rich.
Rich and creamy.
And our cook-to-order Butterburgers?
They're topped with, you guessed it, Wisconsin cheese.
But it's the smiles we put on your face
with every meal made just for you.
That really makes our hearts melt.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Phones were made to help us connect, yet somehow they've made us less connected. Which is ironic. Don't you think? We try to put our phones down, but we need to pick them up to see the menu. We can't watch something without also watching something else. Ironic. But look, here's a phone company who wants you to use your phone less.
That's ironic.
Yeah, but in a good way. Let's find us again with Us Mode. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Traffic jam. And I'm already late.
I'm Mike Rowe, and this is the most honest commercial you're going to see all week.
Today, we're waterproofing a basement.
How long do you think this problem has been a problem?
Well, actually, the homeowner told us that she's lived here for 42 years, and when they first moved in, they had water issues.
Yeah.
That is like your telltale sign of like, hey, I'm having an issue, and that's when people should call.
Get a free and honest inspection with Innovative Basement Authority, a Groundworks company.
Fentanyl is one of the most lethal drugs on the market. This much can kill thousands. These deadly drugs are pouring across our border. But Biden, Harris, and Democrats have done nothing to stop it. Tammy Baldwin claims she's trying, but she's failed. She took credit for an anti-fentanyl bill she didn't write and opposed efforts to secure the border. Senator Baldwin and Democrats have done nothing, and our communities are paying the price.
I'm Eric Hovde. I approve this message.
Maxwell White, done right.
Maxwell White Plumbing proudly announces our first annual food drive in celebration of being in business for 30 years and our commitment to the communities we serve. From October 1st to 31st, we're partnering with the La Crosse Hunger Task Force. Donate while our professionals are at your home, at our West Salem location, or directly to the Hunger Task Force in La Crosse. As a thank you, get $15 off your service, and we'll donate an additional $15 on your behalf. Join us in making a difference this October.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Welcome back. In your morning medical news, a unique program aims to recruit and train the next generation of doctors with the goal of encouraging more minority students to pursue careers in medicine. Bradley Blackburn takes us inside the training ER where they're getting hands-on experience.
It looks like an emergency room and sounds like one.
Come on, open your eyes, sir.
But the patient on the bed is a mannequin, the caretaker's college students.
What were you doing earlier today?
It's part of a program at Albert Einstein College of Medicine in the Bronx. For decades, it's helped Black and Latino students from New York begin careers in medicine.
Graduates from this program become doctors, they become residents.
Nationwide, less than 7% of physicians are Hispanic and less than 6% are Black. Boosting those numbers could help improve care for minority patients.
To see a physician that looks like them, talks like them, shares cultural nuances that they don't have to explain certain things.
Juliana Dominguez-Paez was a participant a few years ago. Now she's in medical school.
As someone who's like first generation and didn't have anyone to really talk about medicine, I'm like, this is the perfect opportunity.
The free program includes hands-on time with doctors, networking, and this simulation training that's a highlight.
I don't feel good.
These mannequins can cost $100,000 each. They are real training tools used in medical school.
1, 2, and 3.
A prescription to help young students start to think like doctors.
To feel like a patient is like going through a thing right now and like figuring out what they have and what we can do to make them feel better.
And someday soon, they could be making a difference for real patients.
Einstein College of Medicine made headlines last year when it announced the school is tuition-free thanks to a large donation. It is another way they hope to get more students from diverse backgrounds into medicine. A popular fall attraction in Trumpealo is helping raise awareness for type 1 diabetes. Christina and Ryan Schwartle opened a corn maze on their farm last year with a different theme each season. This year they're focusing on type 1 diabetes, a cause that hits close to home.
We talk about it and people understand it's nothing to be scared of or afraid of. There's lots of kiddos that have it, so let's support them and celebrate them.
The maze is open every day from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m. until the end of the month. Check your smoke alarms because National Fire Prevention Week is underway. The La Crosse Fire Department hosting a series of events to educate residents on fire safety. Firefighters are visiting local schools to spread the word about escape plans and working smoke alarms. Having some issue with the video there. The fire department is also offering free installation of 3 smoke alarms and a carbon monoxide detector. They're doing this with help from the American Red Cross, and you can find a link to sign up on our website. The La Crosse Public Library getting a major upgrade thanks to a $3 million grant. This funding is part of a larger $115 million initiative from Governor Tony Evers and the Wisconsin Department of Administration to revitalize libraries and community centers across the state. La Crosse plans to use the money to add classrooms, meeting rooms, and computer labs. And Abra Auto Body and Glass is breaking ground on a new facility in Onalaska. The company, a division of Dahl Automotive, is starting construction at 120 Theater Road behind Goodwill. Abra says the new larger building will help them better serve customers. It is set to open in August of next year. Until then, Abra will keep operating at its current La Crosse location on Copeland Avenue. Time now is 6:36. Let's check back in with News 8 meteorologist Art Jarrett to tell us what to expect on our Tuesday morning commute. I thought it was Wednesday for a minute, Art.
I know, right? I'm just trying to figure out, hey, is it my time for weather? Hey, I'm walking over to the studio right now, but I want to let you know there's frost out there that's currently happening. Temperatures are now starting to bottom out, getting into not only the low to middle 30s, but also getting into the 20s, similar to what we had yesterday. However, the frost advisory is not as widespread as it was. Remember yesterday, La Crosse was in it, Eau Claire was in it as well, areas by Winona, and then back down to the south, some of them were in it as well. So what's happening? Current temperatures right now in the 30s, middle 30s up to the north. Ladysmith, Eau Claire holding on. Eau Claire had patchy to dense fog out there. We have Black River Falls now around 30, 29 for Sparta. And then once you get to the west a little bit, more of those temperatures are aligned. Locally for us, 43 degrees there. Winona about 41. Then down to the south, upper 30s for you there. All right, so here's the fog, low cloud activity. Fog's gotten much better for Eau Claire, 6 miles visibility, but folks are going to school, going to work right now, so please take it slow, maybe slow down behind the car in the front of you. That being said, take a look at the cloud cover right now. We're mostly clear. Once we get into at least the better part of the afternoon, you're going to see temperatures get a little bit warmer for you. In fact, you'll get into clearer skies. Dry conditions also a part of your day. When I come back, we'll talk about how this all comes back in just a moment.
Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8.
Hey, Paisley's turning 8 weeks and loves to eat, sleep, and spend time with the family.
And Roger is turning 8 months. He enjoys smiling, snuggling, and rolling around.
How about Elowen turning 8 also, 8 months, excuse me, and of course loves playing with toys and playing with her 2 sisters.
All right, and Lois is turning 88. She enjoys jigsaw puzzles, watching game shows, and spending time with family and friends. And, oh, sorry, we're having a tough time with Look Who's 8 today, aren't we?
I know. I'm like, all right, how about Mary? Mary's also turning 88. She enjoys bowling and spending time with her children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and the grand puppies.
Yes, there's one in the photo, huh? And if you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 88 years old soon, we'd love to feature them.
And that's right. Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com, and look for the Submit Pictures button under the Home tab on our website.
Still to come, how a 2-day event in Winona is celebrating our shared humanity, one story at a time. We have a guest live in studio to tell us more about the Sandbar Storytelling Festival.
Sometimes a celebration means fireworks and loud music. I'll just tell you that I'm celebrating 35 years at the board store, 80 years on the planet, and my daughter Danielle becoming the new general manager of the board store. Let what's personal to me be personal to you with savings on your next home improvement.
Call for a prompt free estimate on windows and doors, on siding or gutters, on a bathroom or a kitchen, on a sunroom or deck.
Better products.
Better people.
Better prices.
The Board Store, improving your home, improving your life.
I'm a nurse in Wisconsin, and my patients don't want politicians like Eric Hovde making their healthcare decisions.
I am totally opposed to abortion.
Hovde means what he says about opposing reproductive rights.
Eric Hovde supported overturning Roe v. Wade, which led to an abortion ban in Wisconsin.
And that's a ban with no exceptions for rape or incest.
What Hovde supports criminalizes abortion and doctors like me.
We need to vote against Eric Hovde.
Win Senate is responsible for the content of this ad.
Who's that Derek Van Orden think he is? He thinks he's better than us. Like that time he screamed at somebody, I don't give a who you are. I'm a congressman.
Language! Who does Derek Van Orden think he is, supporting an abortion ban?
I'm Rebecca Cook. Let me tell you who I am. I grew up on a dairy farm, run a small business, and I wait tables. Around here, we work hard, respect our neighbors' freedoms, and aren't looking for special treatment. We need one of us to represent us. That's why I approve this message.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
I am totally opposed to abortion.
You heard him.
I am totally opposed to abortion.
What would Eric Hovde do in the Senate? Mitch McConnell and extremists would gain a majority. The power to ban abortion nationwide. No exceptions for rape or incest. Criminal penalties for doctors. More extreme anti-abortion judges on the courts.
I am totally opposed to abortion.
Eric Hovde, what's wrong with this guy?
Kamala Harris is going to significantly raise taxes.
Taxes are going to have to go up?
Kamala's plan will raise families' taxes by nearly $2,600 a year. Under Kamala, prices have already soared. Now she'd make it worse with even higher taxes.
Taxes are going to have to go up?
President Trump will cut taxes again. No taxes on tips, overtime, or Social Security.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
How much are your old windows costing you? Heat that either escapes or enters windows accounts for roughly 30% of the energy used to heat and cool your home. For a limited time, River Valley Remodelers is offering a free energy audit for your home's windows. We'll show you the energy loss and help you find the perfect option that fits your budget and matches your style. Our windows are energy efficient and designed for all of our weather, keeping your home comfortable year-round. River Valley Remodelers. Call today for your free energy audit.
Well, as I said earlier today, good morning to you and happy Tuesday. A little bit of frost out there right now. That's going to linger until about 9 a.m. this morning. So bundle up. Temperatures are dipping down into the 20s and the 30s. Now we have some 40s still holding on. So we're not as cold as we were just yesterday, but we are still pretty chilly for some. Gradual warming comes in as we get through midweek. Temperatures are going to start to bounce up a little bit. Middle 70s, upper 70s to around the low 80s. Then we're going to flip the script on you again and change up things for you. All right, that being said, let's get into it. Patchy to dense fog out there right now. This fog continues to linger a little bit more so for Eau Claire. They were in dense fog, and that's getting a little bit better for them. You're also seeing dense fog in Wisconsin Rapids. That's going to work its way down into Volk Field and eventually getting into Sparta as well as portions of Black River Falls. You all know the drill. We'll pick up some of that little fog going into your river valleys. That being said, it'll get out of the way. You can see it kind of skirting over to Black River Falls and kind of working its way towards La Crosse and eventually Sparta, and then we kind of figure that out, get out of the way, and get back into our nice looking day. We've got this colder air coming out of Canada. However, high pressure is building there, and everything is going to start to nudge a little bit more to the east. Right now, we're on the eastern side of that cooler air. It's going to get out of the way. Temperatures are going to start to flip, and then we'll get back into temperatures that'll be a little bit warmer. Not much happening on the radar right now, but we do have the clouds coming through the forecast area. As we go right through the mid-morning hours, we're going to be seeing temperatures start to get into the 40s and the 50s. Then we'll lose some of that cloud cover warming up as we go along. Still a few clouds coming in out of the north. You can see them there in the northwest. They're heading to the southeast, and eventually we're going to get temperatures in the 50s, the 60s, continuing on right into the 1 o'clock hour. Then eventually we're going to get out of the way of that. Hey, Category 4 Hurricane Milton still holding on as a Cat 4, working its way towards Florida. Eventually we'll see that kind of go back to a Category 5 and then drop back to a 4, then eventually start to make its move going back to landfall as possibly a Category 3 hurricane right there. Still a major hurricane, difficulty crossing over the peninsula of Florida as a major hurricane, a lot of rainfall, a lot of wind, and of course the storm surge. It'll get out of the way. Eventually you'll see that track as well going towards Bermuda. That being said, it will get out of the way, and hopefully it won't really be hurting anybody and just gets out of the way. All right, that being said, we're at Eau Claire coming in. Temperatures are going to be pretty nice going through the day, slowly but surely. La Crosse will do the same, and as we finish out, we're going to be looking at conditions like this, a little bit warmer for us again as we go into the middle week, and then eventually we'll get right back into the tail end of the week, and our local temperatures will begin to warm and then cool you on down as we go right into your weekend. So get out and enjoy it.
Thank you, Art. Well, get ready to be transported to a world of captivating tales and shared experiences. We're diving into the art of storytelling with Taff Roberts, the visionary behind Winona's Sandbar Storytelling Festival. Taff, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning to you both.
Yeah, nice to see you. So just for people who may not be familiar, tell us about the festival and what makes it so unique.
The festival is unique because of the diversity. We actually try and get people from different cultures from around North America and Europe to come and share their stories.
Okay, great.
And we try and get the best we can get to inspire people to maybe share their stories.
Okay, very cool.
And I have to tell you, he's a great storyteller because I mean, he was telling us about his role in his lifetime. And of course, we were just sitting there, okay, we'll put the show on hold for now. Let's listen to him for a while. So
yeah, you're already captivating us with your stories.
Thank you.
So tell us when it's going on, how to get tickets, those details people need to know.
The tickets, you get them online at sandbarstorytellingfestival.org. You can get them at St. Mary's University in Winona on the campus. That's where the show will go on. You get them online, or you can buy them on the day of the event.
Okay, so you can buy them the day of the event
you
too?
Can.
Okay, do you recommend getting them ahead of time?
If you come half an hour before, you can pay as you can.
Okay.
Half an hour before on Friday or Saturday before the show starts.
Oh, okay.
And the show starts on Friday at 1 o'clock, and then on Saturday starts at 9:30 in the morning. They go on all day and in the evening also.
Okay, great, and we've got that information up for people.
Yeah, and so on top of all that, you've got some of the performers that are going to be telling stories in the colleges and also some local schools.
Yes, and that's very important because what we want to do is bring back the art of storytelling. And imagination is what we're trying to create in young people especially. We have the 5 tellers will go into 13 different county schools in Winona County, and the children, they love these stories, and then they bring in the parents on the weekend to see the show. But it's the imagination. After the age of 12, 13, 14, you lose that possibility of imagination.
Oh, especially with screens,
we try to make it so they get that before, so you can create an image, of a story. You make it inside your own head.
Yes.
We all make it differently. It's that imagination factor. That's why we go into the universities and the schools.
Okay, get them off the screens and into their own imaginations,
That's
right?
right.
We had some pictures up there of some of the previous festivals. So you mentioned a lot of international storytellers. How do you choose who you're going to feature?
Well, as the artistic director, I'm very lucky. I get to travel around the country to go to different storytellings. Last year I was in Kentucky, in Tennessee, Utah, where there's a lot of storytelling festivals out there. So I get to go and meet these people and listen and look for the diversity we're looking. And I have to say, yesterday, So we're working, we've got all the people for next year. So we started this for this year 2 years ago. And yesterday I looked all the way down and I realized we had the jigsaw puzzle as far as with the last piece in, as far as this year's festival. I think we've got it covered really well.
Yeah.
Diversity is what we're looking for. So we can listen, people can listen to each other and understand who they are.
Understand who they are and the history. Hey, so tell us quickly, the attendees are going to be seeing the Ghost Stories events on Friday night?
Friday night at St. Mary's, at the auditorium in St. Mary's. Page Theatre, that will start at 7 o'clock. There's music before that from Latin America, from Colombia and Panama.
Very cool.
But during the Ghost Stories, you want to bring somebody down with you because it might get scary, really scary towards the end.
Okay.
And it's been told that there is a ghost in that hall.
Okay.
And they flickered the lights last year, something happened. And anyway, so the 5 people will be on stage for 35 minutes each telling ghost stories, and they get progressively more scary.
Wow, all right.
So at intermission, you might want to decide if you're going to come or stay, but
some breaking news there, huh?
Well,
I
great.
hope to see you both there.
Yes, that is great. That's perfect for this time of year. Thank you so much, Tav, for being here to tell us about the festival.
Thank you for your interest, both of you.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
No problem. Nice to see you, and we will be right back. Stay with us.
I'm Steve from Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions. If you feel colder drafts here, you have gaps, worn seals, or even cracks here, you need a trusted window company to replace the window and help you save money on your energy bill. At Clear Choice, we know that your home is your biggest investment, and in a year like this, every dollar needs to be spent wisely. Our team will complete our Weather Guardian 15-step installation process on every job to ensure your home and family are safe before we leave. Call now for our buy 3, get 1 free special.
As the mom of a daughter, I'm livid that boys are now being allowed to compete in girls' sports. It's just wrong, and I blame Tammy Baldwin. She voted to let biological men into women's sports. Worse, Baldwin co-sponsored legislation to force girls to share locker rooms with biological men. Tammy Baldwin is failing to keep our families safe. Tammy Baldwin's extreme values are wrong for Wisconsin. Fix Washington PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
We need real working people in Washington.
What a phony. Cook spent the last decade working as a political operative, earned her money helping defund the police radicals like Mandela Barnes, the most anti-police candidate in Wisconsin history. Now, Cook won't let you protect your family. She wants to ban the most popular rifle in the country, earning an F from the NRA. Rebecca Cook, phony insider, dangerously liberal.
I'm Derek Van Orden, and I approve this message.
Fentanyl is one of the most lethal drugs on the market. This much can kill thousands. These deadly drugs are pouring across our border. But Biden, Harris, and Democrats have done nothing to stop it. Tammy Baldwin claims she's trying, but she's failed. She took credit for an anti-fentanyl bill she didn't write and opposed efforts to secure the border. Senator Baldwin and Democrats have done nothing, and our communities are paying the price.
I'm Eric Hovde. I approve this message.
Arthritis, high blood pressure, breast cancer. Almost everyone has a pre-existing condition and could lose health insurance if Derek Van Orden and Washington insiders get their way. They take money from big insurance companies, then try to strip coverage for pre-existing conditions. Van Orden and Washington insiders don't care about you, so if you get sick, you get dropped. Time to drop Derek Van Orden and these Washington insiders from Congress.
I'm Rebecca Cook, and I approve this message.
Get ready for the holidays and save money during our fall sale at Interior Designs Holman. All of our carpets are on sale. You'll save money and get more for free. Free measuring and estimates in your home. Free furniture moving, even that heavy couch and king-size bed. Free removal of your old carpet and padding, and we'll recycle it. Free life of carpet labor warranty for as long as you own the carpet. All at the lowest prices of the year and 12 months no interest financing. Save money and get more for free during the biggest carpet sale of the year going on now at Interior Designs Holman.
Join the conversation at facebook.com/news8000. Or you can always find us at news8000.com.
Welcome back. It's 6:52. Time for your morning news now. A former Hudson teacher will stay on trial on charges of child sexual assault. 24-year-old Madison Bergman faces allegations of inappropriate conduct with an 11-year-old student. The child's parents discovered concerning communications and alerted school officials. Bergman was then removed from her position and arrested in May. Her arraignment is scheduled November 7th. La Crescent residents are springing into action after a weekend fire displaced 17 seniors from their assisted living home. Initially, residents were sheltered at First Lutheran Church. While officials formulated a plan, now all residents have been temporarily relocated to other local facilities. It is not known how long they'll stay there. The Red Cross says situations like these can be tricky given the complex medical needs of many of the residents.
When someone has a prescription that they need to take on a certain schedule, or they have a medical device that is critical for them, those volunteers of ours can work with 24-hour pharmacies and other community resources to make sure and fulfill those needs.
There's been an outpouring of support for the displaced residents, many people donating clothes and finding other ways to help them. And residents along Florida's west coast are evacuating this morning as Hurricane Milton moves through the Gulf of Mexico. It skirted past the Yucatan Peninsula and is expected to hit Florida tomorrow. The storm exploded to a Category 5 yesterday, but was downgraded to a Category 4 overnight. It will be the worst to hit the Tampa area in more than a century if it goes as planned. And Milton arrives, of course, less than 2 weeks after Hurricane Helene hit the same Florida coastline. The death toll from that storm has now topped 230. FEMA's administrator pushed back Monday against false claims and conspiracy theories about her agency's response to Helene. The race for the White House took a somber tone yesterday as each candidate marked 1 year since the Hamas attacks on Israel. CBS News 60 Minutes also aired an interview with Vice President Harris. The Democratic presidential nominee is in the middle of a media blitz with appearances today on The View, Howard Stern, and the Stephen Colbert Show. CBS News says former President Trump initially agreed to be interviewed by 60 Minutes, but last week his campaign decided not to participate. President Biden will return to the Badger State today. The White House says this visit to Milwaukee spotlights the administration's efforts on job creation and lead pipe replacement. Specific details, including where and when he's speaking, have not been released. This marks Biden's first trip to Wisconsin this month since last month when he announced rural clean energy investments in Westby. La Crosse's public library is getting a major upgrade thanks to a $3 million grant. This funding is part of a larger $115 million initiative from Governor Evers and the Wisconsin Department of Administration. La Crosse plans to use the money to add classrooms, meeting rooms, and computer labs.
It was Charlie I was talking about yesterday that Milton is taking that same course there and has brought trouble over to areas right by Sarasota and, of course, Tampa. They're going to see at least 10 to 15 feet of storm surge into the forecast, and as that continues on, strong winds, of course, from 160 miles per hour, plus in some cases as it edges closer. Hey, your temperatures today, though, 60s and some 70s for you, plenty of sunshine. We'll do it again tomorrow, too. We'll throw those in there and bump the temperatures up maybe 3 degrees or so. Once we get into the next 8 days, we'll continue that warmth going right into Friday. Yeah, those lower 80s on the way for you, and then we'll cool it on down. We'll flip that script, and then we'll knock the temperatures down to seasonal averages and have a wonderful day and a wonderful week.
All right, Art. Well, a curious koala was spotted wandering a train station in Sydney early on October 4th. Security footage shows the adorable marsupial exploring the platform and climbing stairs. A train guard alerted security, prompting nearby trains to slow down. Police arrived and watched as the koala climbed a fence and safely returned to bushland. Koalas are endangered in Australia, and despite habitat restoration efforts, their populations continue to decline. There it is. Aww. It's so cute, isn't it? It's just kind of hanging around.
Shouldn't he be flying on Qantas?
Yeah, but not with that inappropriate movie playing. He looks like a little koala. Glad he wasn't on that flight. Thank you for starting your morning with us. We will see you back here at noon. Until then, enjoy your Tuesday.